PWO, 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 PWO.
We're on, buddy.
We're on, you say?
That's what I do.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys. It's been a minute. Ben and I are in studio, and we're rocking out to the theme because I love it.
Yep.
Way too much. I absolutely love it.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the PWO WrestleCast. As always, I'm your host, Matt Lilly. Tonight on the show, we have next to me Ben from Colorado.
Hey, nearly had us, Ben from Colorado.
Oh, yeah, because your thing's green.
Yep.
We got the Dean of Old School, D. White.
That's right. Brought to you by Gateway Comics here in Fredericksburg. We're gonna
Hey.
throw out and support some local businesses. So
There you go.
I'm a
there
comic
you
book
go.
nerd from way back. So Gateway Comics.
We got the godfather of it all, Cod Sinclair.
This episode is also sponsored by Bishop's Events. Please respond to our last conversation so we can get some money.
Woohoo!
And as always, you know him, you love him. It's the Hitman, Jeff Hall.
Hello.
Also, somebody who is also sponsoring this episode is the Recreation Center in downtown Fredericksburg.
A lot of love from Fredericksburg,
Right.
man. The Berg.
Right.
If
That's spread the love.
happy that you can find us here on Facebook and YouTube. Happy you're joining us. And as always, you can find us also with podcast listening apps. If you like what you're watching, you can support us right here at coffee.com/PWO123.
I'm convinced it's Ko-Fi because
For
it's
the-
Wi-Fi.
for the price of one cup of coffee. Please go ahead and check us out. Check us out on kofi.com/PWO, ko-fi.com/PWO123. It's as simple as 1, 2, and 3. How's everybody doing?
I can't complain.
Uh,
I had a day off.
Well, I must say that WWE, they repaid me handsomely from all my positive vibes I had going into Clash of Champions last night by stomping them on the ground under their foot of really poor acting by Jey Uso. And look, I'm going to cut them some slack because they had some issues, but they got to do better, man. They really do. They've been handed something that's awesome, and they got to do better with it. I'm sorry.
Well, you
Talk
are
about
getting
later.
right to the point here. We are going to go ahead and start off with Clash of Champions. That was right there on Sunday. And our pre-show match was originally
Asuka Zelina.
Asuka Zelina, but that got bumped up to the main roster because the women's tag title matches and Bayley versus Nikki Cross was pulled from the show. Update on that. Now, I don't know how true these are, but this is just the word, is everyone was pulled because some speculation on whether or not, well, they said they were not medically cleared. Dave Meltzer's reporting that they are not sick, but they have probably been exposed to COVID. Similarly, we didn't see any members of Retribution last night. Not sure if we'll see them tonight. The word is that they have been pulled as well due to potential exposure, although some people are very positive that at least one of them are positive. Take that as you will. And if so, I wonder if that means we don't see Keith Lee since Mia Yim and he are together.
Also, interesting story about this is when WWE on Fox on their Instagram posted about this, Nia Jax just responded with lies. Nothing else, just lies. So it makes me kind of question the whole validity of everything and what is actually going on.
Well, and if on Cage Side Seats and Bleacher Report today, yeah, they said there was some reports that there's kind of some shenanigans going on, and a lot of people backstage aren't happy with WWE, not
What's
just
new?
for running a sloppy shop, right, but also for just how they release information, how they book. But you know the sad part about it, and we'll just go on to back to the card. But The sad part about it is we're so used to this by the seat of their pants booking that if you hadn't known it, we would just assumed it was something stupid that they were doing again,
Yeah.
and that's
Yep.
sad. But I mean, they do that. They do it on Raw all the time. They do it on SmackDown less. But it's like this. Figure it out when you get to the building. That is par for the course. That's nothing new.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it shows in some of the booking decisions, but very interesting to see that they would just pull 2 matches from the show, especially because they did just build it up on Friday. And also, I'd like to say before we do keep going on here, Roman Reigns actually had a pretty great segment on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to call Jeff Hall, ask him to watch it, and literally go, "Am I crazy or is this good?"
It was 100% good stuff. I mean, as much as we bag on WWE, again, never forget I'm a purist, and real stuff draws money. Real storylines and family issues and all that type of stuff are good things and will sell. The promo work was good on both sides. The angle that they were doing were both sides. They ran it all the way down to the 1 yard line and had to kick a field goal or turned it over, but we'll get to that later.
They threw on the 1 yard line.
All that stuff, everything else leading up to this was top notch.
Let's go ahead and start with the pre-show match. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura retained over against Lucha House Party. Kind of sad this became the pre-show match, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, for what it was good. I wish they would have given him a little more time. Maybe not on the pre-show, but
Well, and they didn't seem to do much with this angle with Lucha House Party being in disarray. They didn't seem to do a lot with that. So I don't know if they just
Agreed.
forgot.
yeah, they didn't really seem to be pushing the storyline of, hey, we're breaking up.
It looked AEW-ish, like, well, they're breaking up, but we don't really know if they are or they aren't.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? We're in
You
this
gotta
medium.
tune into SmackDown to find out.
You know?
That's true.
I guess if
But,
they're
I mean, they
making you
didn't-
watch, but
If you had just watched that, you wouldn't have known any of that had been
Yeah.
happening.
agreed. First match on the card. Best match on the card, in my opinion.
Yes.
Sami Zayn retained the Intercontinental title, defeating Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. I know Jeff Hardy was carrying around some kind of imposter belt, but Sami Zayn, still your champ.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, this was
So-
your
so-
stereotypical WWE ladder match until the end when Sami Zayn's jacket had handcuffs in it.
Yeah.
And he handcuffed Jeff Hardy by his earlobe to a ladder.
That was disgusting.
Jeff,
If
you
I
had
can just
something?
if I can just give you a live update, looked like Randy Orton just walked out of the stadium or whatever with his little roll bag. So not sure if he's quitting or just keeping everybody updated.
Going to SmackDown
Yeah,
to the better show.
he just looked like he rolled his. It looked like he took his ball and went home. But continue, please.
During the pre-show, or was it mid-show? We got news since, we're talking about people jumping ship.
Oh, we're gonna get to that later.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that later.
On the ladder match, I thought it was about 5 to 10 minutes too long. It
That's
could have
fair.
been shortened up for sure, but this could have also been a way for them to stretch and fill some time, considering they pulled
Two matches.
essentially.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
ultimately, this is one of the best matches that WWE has put on this year.
Yeah.
And I don't
Mhm.
think it's even close. I think that despite the fact that you had two 43-year-old guys in the match, who thankfully didn't win, it
Only
shows that
AJ.
you can still put in some good character work. I'm gonna catch some heat for it. I really don't care. It goes to show you that they are definitely capable of putting in the work and getting out a positive match result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of putting on the schlock that they normally do on Raw.
Well, let me,
I think-
you know what, let me follow up on that too, because it was a great match. But here's the thing: Jeff Hardy is 43 years old and has no business coming off that super tall ladder like that anymore. He's done that, man. We need to figure out some better ideas for him. Because it's great watching it, but come on, man, you're asking a lot of that guy. And then from that perspective, earlier in the match, and I hate to be that guy, I hate to be the person, but there was definitely two
No, you don't.
situations where there was a spot that was supposed to happen that Hardy botched, and that happened twice. And it's like, okay, and I could get away from it because it was a great match. I mean, a solid match, but man, come on, quite asking. I don't need Jeff Hardy doing that anymore, man. I don't need it.
Agreed. And I do gotta add, I think you said this last night when we were watching. You know, the commentators act so surprised when this is about the 4,000th time he has jumped off something like that, asking like it's the biggest thing in the world.
Well,
like,
guys, there's only one thing he can do, and it's go higher. And is it coming off a scissor lift? It may be.
was that?
No.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not touch
piggyback
that one.
I'm going to piggyback off what Cod said. I think this was a good match, and with the allotted time, with the time that was kind of taken away, which don't get me wrong, which is fault of their own, but just with the time that they were looking with and kind of had to push things around, I think it was fine. I mean, it's not Jazz, it's not Jazz Nova and Chris Jetty, referee's discretion, but it was a great use of time. I thought.
It's a great plug there. Next up, we had Asuka defeat Zelina Vega. It was a fine match. They started building it 2 weeks ago. Apparently, the rematch is happening tonight. Not sure if it's for the title.
As we speak, they're about to go. Well, they just cut a promo.
Boom.
If I could cut in right now, please. I'm sorry.
Go for
Again, WWE, I guess, has made me just hate Asuka. Again, if I never see her again, I will be fine. And maybe it's probably no fault of her own, but the yelling, the dancing, the weird arms, and her English actually isn't that bad, I don't think, but they portray her that way. It just, no more, please.
Is
Thank you.
there another company you'd rather see her in?
I don't know. Her wrestling is, I'm not questioning her wrestling, but you give her a mouthpiece or something.
Just let her go back to being zombie
or
Nazi
not
killer.
or not talking at all and killing people. That'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Give me
Yeah,
NXT Asuka.
Dancing.
It's really bad because at the beginning of 2020, we were all begging for just something new and fresh from the really stale women's division, and then we had the pandemic hit, and then we had Becky get pregnant, and now it's like you're almost begging for Becky, but at the same time, it shows how thin the main roster women's division is, as far as how much stock they put into the rest of the division in general. Because you use Becky and Charlotte, and then you send Rhea back to NXT. You bring up Mia and Chelsea Green, you put them behind masks. It goes to show you that they're absolutely clueless about what to do with any of their women's stars right now.
Well, and if I can add on that, like I know all of us were pretty tired of Becky Lynch, but I understand that she still had a pretty large fan base when she did give up the title. But she was saying that she should lose it to Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania.
Right.
But
And-
she was right.
And she was right, because, I mean, Shayna Baszler has not been legitimate since coming to the main roster. And
Right.
look, Pat and I we'll be the ones to tell you. We tell you every time, like, I hate her, but she's good, and she gets it.
This is what WWE, well, they miss a lot, but this is what they miss on that they don't understand. There's no problem putting the belt on somebody that you think is legit, and then they don't have to have it forever, but you can take it off of them, and just the rub from the title makes them legit. So I'd argue that they could have put the belt on. Well, I mean, I love Baszler, but they could have put the belt on Baszler. She could have lost it already by now, and no one would be no worse for the wear, but she would still be solidified as somewhat of a top star. You know what I mean? And they just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But now she's in this weird tag team with Nia Jax. And that's a whole nother thing, because that couldn't even get on the Clash of Champions.
I don't think she knows, unfortunately.
Well, I think she's thinking, I need to get out of here. But
Yeah.
Well, hey, but you said that what they really need is Becky to come back. I don't think so. I think there's a
Oh no,
certain
God
third.
no.
I think there's a certain third generation star that's out there that
Oh my
would bring some
gosh.
eyes to it. But
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
go
leave
ahead
it.
and say that would be the worst decision of her career.
Oh, it's happening, baby. Just wait for it.
It probably
Um,
is because
Dwight,
You know, thing.
as long as you're ready for her to do the job for the queen.
Well, we'll see
as
how
long
that
as you're
goes.
potentially ready to see her dancing just like Asuka, or
Oh, that's true.
being in
That's
a
true.
weird tag team with Nia Jax,
Oh gosh.
or
you're just kidding
maybe
me.
dating a Santino Morella type.
Well, she's already dating.
Look at
one
what
of
they
the-
do with some of their best talent.
Yeah.
That is
Okay,
the
never
frustrating
mind
thing.
then.
I
Okay.
gotta move on. Bobby Lashley
on.
retained against Apollo Crews. Bobby Lashley put him in the Hurt Lock. It's
Mhm.
like they listened to our show.
I know.
Hurt Locker, best thing in WWE, I think, right now. On top of it, MVP just talking down to people like, look, I'm not touching them. I'm just having a conversation.
That's what a
great.
Yeah.
good manager should be doing as a heel is
Well, no, it depends. It depends because you don't want cheap shots when Bobby Lashley is supposed to be dominating people.
yeah.
But like with MVP, it's a perfect like I'm the businessman. He's gonna hurt you. I'm gonna tell you how bad it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And I'm sure just this is Jeff's favorite part of the show, because they constantly continue to put all of the African American gentlemen in the same grouping. Okay, we have seen this same match or same grouping constantly for
Yes.
months on end, and I am done with it. They can feed Ricochet to Bob. Okay, I don't care at this point. They can do anything they want with the United States title, other than continue to put Apollo Crews in matches. Like
There you go.
I like his in ring work, and it's the same thing with the next match on the card. We've seen it at the last 2 or 3 pay-per-views. We've seen it at the last 72 Raws. It's stale and boring.
Yes.
And I'll say this.
But
You can have those things if you actually build a story with it, but there has been no real story. That's been the
No,
issue.
but-
Is it's the same
well,
thing.
Right, because they book it the day they get to the show. So they book Raw that afternoon.
Yeah.
They book
Yep.
SmackDown that afternoon. And so what ends up happening is it's almost like if you can imagine. And I thought about this when I was working out, and I was like, it's almost as if Vince McMahon is a guy playing with action figures, right? He has his action, and today, and it's like there's just you pull 2 out of the box and put them together.
he's not even pulling 2 out of the box, right? He has 2 action figures, and that's all he has.
He pulls the same one out of the box. But here's the thing, though, and I said it last night on our chat. I said, I will give AEW credit for one thing. They do a good job of keeping the people away from each other that are in the feud. Okay, it makes you want to watch the match. Where
Yep.
WWE has got me. Randy Orton against Drew McIntyre is a match I should want to watch, and I didn't want to watch it because I've already seen it over.
Yeah.
And it was better at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Right. And
this
it's
has been my
like,
biggest.
We're gonna get there
qualms
though.
with modern wrestling for the last 5 years.
Well, there's no because they don't use the TV show to build the pay-per-views. Each one is a standalone thing, and so
No.
it's booked that way.
Mm-hmm.
Next match we had Street Profits retain against Andrade and Angel Garza. Sounds from everything that Angel Garza suffered a quad injury during this match. I don't know if Andrade got the word that they were stopping the match early, but he definitely popped before 3, and the ref just counted it. Now,
Yeah.
this is eerily
was-
similar to what they did when Ivar was injured on Raw, and thank God he is out of surgery. I don't know if we've talked too much about that. It sounded like he had an actual neck injury.
Oof.
He's out of surgery on the road to recovery. We hope it's a good one for him, but it's the same
Well-
exact thing. It seems like a miscommunication among talent.
Yeah.
Well, better news for Garza. The last update I read that said that it was a hip. He did something with his hip, and that it's not as bad as they initially thought. So he probably will be back. He won't need surgery or anything like that, but it'll keep him out for
Yeah.
a little while, but it wasn't nearly
good.
as big because I know
Yeah.
when we saw him and they zapped the camera away from him and you saw him helping him out, we're like, oh.
Mhm.
okay.
Also, after the match, you could tell that Angelo Dawkins was like visibly frustrated that with how, I don't know if it was how it ended or what, but there's a picture of it and you can see like he is not happy.
Well, they were supposed to. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to drop the belt.
I think they were.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the next question is if that was supposed to happen, then they should have booked the finish on the fly, and they should have still made the finish happen regardless. Okay,
Well,
all 3, 4, 5 of them, they're all professionals. Okay, if you can't call the dang match in the ring, then maybe you shouldn't be in the ring.
well, that's the problem, Kai. That nobody does. It's all performances. So
I'm gonna
when it's not-
respectfully disagree.
when it's-
Exactly.
when it's not spot time or it's not the spot in the match where they're supposed to do this or do, and I don't mean like jumping off spots. I mean just in general, like well, when you come off the rope, I have to do this, and when it's not that time, then they have no idea what they should be doing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree. Not with the terms on performance, but if you don't know if Angel Garza is gonna actually be out for some time, don't take the belts off the Street Profits if you're just gonna give it right back to them. Have them lose tonight to a different tag team. Have them lose to the Hurt Business. Let Bobby Lashley carry both titles,
Yeah.
or MVP and Shelton
That
Benjamin.
was gonna be. Sorry, that was gonna be my follow-up question. Who are the tag teams on Raw right now outside of the Hurt Locker?
We still have Apollo Crews and Ricochet technically,
They weren't a tag team though.
Jesus.
but they came out together.
They
Christ.
came
yesterday.
out together, but I think that's just a united front after Cedric Alexander turned on him because it was Cedric and Ricochet as a tag
AKA
team.
put all the black guys together.
There were 7 black guys
And
Well, okay.
on our
hold
screen
on.
last night.
just leave it to
Listen.
Jeff. Leave this to Jeff.
I'm usually
There's no
listen,
point.
no, hold on. Hear me out. I'm against put all the black guys together, but this time they've actually done it tastefully. Like it's black guys. They're together. They're in suits. They look like $1 million. Their work is really good. MVP is really good. They're not like yoing, or they're not like wearing Rastafarian colors. All that is fine at this point, but can we have them stop feuding with the black guys? Like, can they feud with some other guys?
We moved on.
Like, is that too hard to ask? Like,
Yeah, we had
So we
7 black people
I
on our
get it.
screen last night. 5
Well-
of them were in one match.
Yeah, well, let
okay.
me just tell you, Jeff. Sounds like to me you want the Nation of Domination and Los Boricuas and the the bikers, and we'll have gang warfare again. Is that what you're asking?
Hey, Paul and
for?
no, I
Sting,
mean,
yeah.
just
Ooh,
anybody. I mean, have them beat up somebody else. Like, okay, this Apollo Crews thing is cool, but like, it should have run its course already, right?
Oh, here you go. Here are your tag teams.
So I guess circling back to my original question, who are the legitimate, 100% healthy tag teams on Raw?
So here you go. The recently forced tag team of Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Guerrero, Dominic Mysterio. That
You're
wasn't
not
even
wrong.
like a mental joke. Like that's just how it happened. Dolph
You're not
Ziggler
wrong.
is there, and the word is Bobby Roode's returning. So if he doesn't go to NXT, you got
There's
But I have a theory about
Rudolph.
that.
there's
um,
gonna be a
Seth
team
Rollins
support
and
to that,
Murphy?
too.
Seth Rollins and Murphy. And let's say Slapjack and Mace from
Ugh.
Retribution.
I was about to say, I'm sure
I-
Retribution will have, a tag team in it.
But let's fire AOP.
I appreciate you making the conscious effort to put some tag teams together. I'm sure that anybody who's seen NXT though saw that there's like a mysterious new person coming back. I just read before the show that that's probably Bobby Roode.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
from my understanding. That's who it is. But
Which good for him. He gets to go and wrestle.
on the off chance it's not, he and Dolph Ziggler can tag team it up. They're former tag champs.
They are. But it's sad that everything FTR was saying before they left, and even after they left, is 100% true. The tag team division is weak. They do not care, and I would be more than happy if they were to just unify the tag titles.
Well, I think the news that will happen is we're gonna get there later when we get to something else. I think they're probably about to get some tag teams from SmackDown. Let's go ahead and finish up Clash of Champions, though, if you guys don't mind. We only got a couple matches left here.
Please do.
I'm about to say, because then we can make fun of this a little bit more. So Nikki Cross wasn't there. Bayley decided she's gonna have an open challenge, and who should answer but Asuka, because they got unfinished business. Bayley gets disqualified in less than 4 minutes. This was just to have Bayley be there, and then they had Sasha come out and attack.
That match wasn't even 4 minutes.
No, it was 3:45.
That match felt like
No.
it was 15 minutes.
What? Okay.
It was a slow moving match for me.
Well, yeah, the whole point was for it to end quickly with a DQ, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, and we all saw that coming. We were waiting for the double DQ because it was a time filler, and
Yeah.
so it wasn't bad for what
Exactly.
it was.
Yeah, it did its job.
Mhm.
Drew McIntyre retained against Randy Orton with
Whoa,
the
whoa,
help
whoa, 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 whoa! Well, you forgot about Sasha. The
No, I said
boss.
Sasha attacked afterwards.
Oh, okay, sorry, I wouldn't pay attention.
It's.
to you.
I don't blame you. I didn't really want to pay attention either. Yeah, Sasha attacked afterwards. Bayley and her went back and forth. It's boss time. Yay.
It's bust time!
Drew McIntyre defeats Randy Orton with a little help from his friends, namely everybody who Randy Orton has kicked in the face. That is the Big Show, if you didn't know when he pulled his mask down.
You know what
Like
though?
so
At
many other
least,
7-footers.
at least he was being socially responsible in wearing his mask.
Like I
Hold
told
on,
Kai,
hold
like I told Kai, I thought it was Dabba-Kato. That's the guy that you.
Like,
That's the guy you have to face. He's the big bad after T-Bar and Mace.
Yeah.
Hey,
hold up.
There's no one-
It's like, hey, this is me. Who in the world would think this is Ryan? Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
it's Ryan.
God, it's Ryan! Oh my God!
what was more surprising
That's
when
exactly the same.
then Christian popped up and was like, I want one more match. That's a dated reference there
No,
for
no,
people who
well, you
didn't
know,
watch
the best
SmackDown back in like
the
2012.
the
2011.
most ridiculous comment.
Oh,
The most ridiculous comment of the whole night was when Michael Cole said, "This is the most devastating match in the history of
Yeah.
WWE." And I went, "Dude, they had a buried alive match." What are you talking about?
people have died. You had someone get buried in cement.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, what are you talking about? What an idiot.
Just Michael Cole just being a freaking schmuck.
So last little ones here. Shawn Michaels super kicked Randy Orton off the top of the ambulance through some tables, much to the joy of Hitman Hall over here.
Yeah,
And Drew McIntyre decides to
Don't forget to suck it. You gotta they
always.
love that.
If you're gonna have Shawn Michaels, that you gotta tell someone to suck it, just so you can
And
get
it's-
suspended from
and
school.
it's not even a true suck it because he's a born again Christian. Forget about all the stuff he did in the late '90s, early 2000s. Let's go ahead and give one of these,
Yeah, Jeff, forget about that.
half-cocked suck it's, and let me just get my money.
Jeff, we gotta forget all about the '90s. We gotta move past that with Shawn Michaels.
I'm trying not to just get us banned right now, so let's just move on.
Roman Reigns defeated Jey Uso via technical knockout when his brother Jimmy Uso threw in the towel. This match was about 15 minutes too long.
Yeah.
I would almost say 20 minutes
You're
too
being
long.
really generous.
Jey Uso's gonna come out on Friday and be like, "I didn't lose."
No, I'm sorry. You cannot do that after the entire thing thereof. Look, that's fine. You're the chief. It's fine. Whatever. Like, nah, you can't backtrack like that.
Jay didn't say it. Jimmy did.
Nope, you can't backtrack that far with this.
Well, and I'll say this: Shawn Michaels, I'll bring him up again just to make Jeff happy. But Shawn Michaels needs to take Jey Uso and tell him how to sell, because the whole point was putting Roman over as the deadly monster. And there was one point where he's holding his face and telling him to say, "I'm the chief," and it's like he couldn't
Like
stop
smiling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not-
and I'm like, "Dude,
Not
what are
today.
you-"
Not today. Not today,
Yeah,
Us.
I'm like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that guy, he needed to get busted open. He needed to be
Oh, yeah.
like barely conscious. He needed to be Ricky Morton laying on the ground, getting destroyed.
Yes.
That's what. And instead, you saw him like, basically no sold the Superman punch. Pretty much Superman punch.
Yeah.
Our buddy Nate,
Mm-hmm.
Nate, if you're out there, Dr. Nate, said, it's the most protected finisher in WWE. Yeah, until last night when he Superman punches him and then he staggers back up and makes a comeback. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And I don't know why we needed to build Jey Uso up. Jey Uso.
Well, and that's my thing too. Is that this reminded me a lot of when Jinder Mahal caught a break. A mid card guy, fine in the ring, getting his shot, getting his rub. But here's the thing: stay in your lane. Okay, you are good at tag team wrestling. Some could say great, even though you're a knockoff God. Okay, stay in your lane. There's no reason, with all the star power that you have on SmackDown, even with the 3 you had that opened the show. Okay, there's no reason why we should take one half of a tag team and push them to be in a main event spot. Although I will give them credit where credit's due. The story is okay.
Okay, so
Go ahead, Jeff, because we
I
have the same brain.
disagree. I disagree. Dwight, we do have the same brain, but I disagree. Only on the merit of, if I don't think this is necessarily a Jinder Mahal situation. I understand where you're coming from, though. Again, this works because they're family, and I think the whole family aspect is fine. And I think you had a little bit of AEW booking here in the sense of on paper it's fine. The book, on paper it looks good on paper, but then when you get in the ring and you see the acting and you see the portrayal, like you said, Dwight, well, then now it doesn't work. Like Uso being in there getting killed and trying to stand up to his bigger, better cousin, that's fine. Like like the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, you were like, oh, okay, you kind of got into it a little bit. It just didn't deliver. Like again, the acting and toward the end there and all that other stuff didn't work, but. Like I said, everything was right in the sense of the way they booked it, the way they did about it, and the promos and packages. First maybe 10 minutes, and then it just went. Then the brother comes out, and he should have been kicking Roman Reigns in the nuts. You know what I mean? Like, or they should have beat him up, or something. But
the match didn't match the story.
Yeah,
Right.
it didn't. It didn't.
So
Well, and he should have beat them both up. Is what happened. He should have destroyed Jay. Jimmy comes out
Yes.
and beats him up too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the whole point is to put Roman over as the top heel champion, unbeatable tribal chief, and instead, Jay Uso got comebacks in this match, and like we're supposed to. And I just thought that for the story, I like the story. I like heel Roman. I'm all about heel Roman. But if you're gonna make him be the top heel and the baddest guy, then those two, he needs to beat both of the Usos up.
Yes.
And it needs to be in 3 minutes.
Leave him laying.
They had a chance there, to really solidify him, just in the sense of, if you beat up your own damn family, then
Right.
what are you gonna do to someone else?
Yeah.
yeah, that would have made him. I think he still will be legit. Again, I think they need to run with this high chief. So I don't know if that's going to be a new gimmick, new gear. I'm not saying it needs
I
to
hope
come out
so.
look like the Moana or nothing
Peter
like that.
Maivia?
But I would kind of go.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
I would kind of go that route, like like high chief Roman Reigns type deal. That's
Oh.
just me.
yeah. Speaking of, though, we all know what the end game is. Okay, that we can see so far into the future. It's you're gonna get high chief Roman Reigns against The Rock, high chief Peter Maivia's son. That is the end game. Okay,
And Reigns has to win that.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh,
Reigns has to win
going
that.
over.
Roman
Roman's going
has to win
Yeah.
that. That's
Oh,
the,
he's
and that's
going
the
over.
thing.
And it can't
then
be the Cena
by that
situation.
point-
It cannot be the Cena situation. It can't be Rock wins and then he loses.
No,
he needs to
no.
lose immediately.
he's family, so
I'm not the
Rock
tribal
will do
chief
the-
anymore.
Rock will do the job and take care of him. He'll go over Rock. Rock will put some little flower thing around his neck, and all will be right with the world. Don't worry.
Speaking of
It'll be the face
lays, Jay came out with a lay, and then after the match, we get
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Paul
putting it
Heyman
on.
stealing the lay and crowning Roman Reigns with it.
I'm not
Which
sure
would have
if
been
there's
fine if he destroyed him and destroyed the brother,
I
Jimmy and Jay.
I personally would need to look into it. There might be some cultural significance to that, but I do not know.
Oh,
at
I'm
the
sure there
moment,
is.
honestly.
Yeah.
And that just
Well,
that's just
well,
I
if
need
you-
to do a little more research there.
Well, I'm gonna say if you've got to look it up, then it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Um,
It needs to work on a wrestling show.
But let's
Agreed.
move on from this pay-per-view because we do have
Please.
two more things to get through WWE related, and then there is no more WWE to talk
Really
about.
quick, hold on. What would everybody grade the pay-per-view as a whole?
Are we going 1 to 5, A to F?
Come on.
Doesn't matter.
C minus.
C minus.
I would say maybe I'm being harsh, but the
Uh,
build for some of these matches was better than what we got, and they didn't match. So it was almost like it was
Yeah.
disappointing there.
Yeah, 2.5 stars for me.
Maybe I'm being cruel, but that's just how I see it.
No, this is definitely a D+ show for a C- brand.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm just, out of the times. I thought it was decent. I definitely think, and granted, I was coming off of 2 overnights. I'm thinking like a C, low C+ kind of thing. I enjoyed it. I was kind of
Mhm.
sleeping through some of it. But for what I did see, I enjoyed.
Oh, also shout out to Drew McNeely in the comments. I jinxed the show last night in our group chat. Good. That was the
You did.
plan all along.
The reverse.
Well,
jinx.
it's funny, Ben. You reminded me of someone said last night, and I did too. During the Drew Randy Orton match, we were like, "Oh my god, I forgot this match was still happening."
We do have 2 big news for WWE out of this, and that is that we are going to get the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view October 25th. That's your next big show. But before that, we got to shake things up. It is time for the WWE Draft, starting for SmackDown October 9th and Monday, October 12th. I think my big question out of all of this is, who needs a change in brand the most?
I'll just let you guys take this.
I will
This-
take this. I can start this if you guys want.
I
Me.
think, okay, so if I could kind of take the reins here first. no
That
pun
Reigns, Roman
intended.
Reigns. I see what you did, Ryan.
Let's just look at the pay-per-view as a whole from the night before. Okay, arguably the best 2 matches, or the matches you were invested in the most, came from the ladder match, which was SmackDown, and the main event, SmackDown.
Yep.
I think the proof's in the pudding. Raw is the worst brand and the worst wrestling show on TV or on any streaming site right now. It is bad. It is a 3-hour bloated trash fest. Okay, and if they don't get some talent in soon or something to turn it around, they are going to start losing to Dynamite.
I think, well, for that to happen, I think you need NXT to be on a separate night first. But I think
Yeah.
that crowd is so split that no matter what, we're gonna get an 800,000, 600,000
Yeah.
split every week.
True. Hey, I wanted to come back on it. I didn't know if you guys saw that on Instagram. Surprise, surprise! The Rock and Roman Reigns had a little go back and forth today.
Oh, but it was
Yeah,
super
already.
positive.
Right on
Rock
schedule.
was giving him props. Two guys, 2 brothers, proving it.
Yeah.
I'm
Same
gonna answer
game,
this question, though.
He says, same game, different levels, same hell, different devils. That's what The Rock said.
So props on beating up his family too.
The same family.
Well,
So the people who need the change in brand the most, and this became official last night, you have to move the Usos away from Roman Reigns now.
yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to. And so Jimmy is supposedly going to return end of this year, beginning of next year. Don't be surprised if they are eventually your tag champs over on Raw, taking it off of Street Profits. I don't know if that's going to be champs till then, but God, I hope not.
Oh, Sorry, you guys reminded me too. Sorry, side note. Jimmy and Jay Uso are both better than Tongaloa. Just throwing that out there. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, fellas.
Somebody
Tama Tonga's
mute this
great.
mark.
Yes. But Tongaloa, no.
You leave
I'm
Camacho out of
saying
this.
combined as a tag team. Okay.
As a
And-
tag team, yes. But if you move to Uso into where Tongaloa was, the ship would be right as rain.
Usos can't do the power move that Camacho brings.
Right.
Macho is just a guy.
If I can add though, other people who definitely need a brand move and they need to be separated, Miz and Morrison. I know
Camacho,
you
you just. Sorry.
I was waiting.
Hot take on that. Are they going to finish the thing with the Miz and Otis? Are they going to have a blow off this Friday night? Before we get into next week, because they're going to do this either way. They're going to move people within the draft without finishing storylines.
Loser
or
leaves
finishing
brand.
whatever is continuing. So, and don't forget, Otis still has the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Loser leaves brand. I think that's the best way to do it. Have them
That would
heal
be
it
great.
up. Miz and Morrison but they cost him in some heel fashion. And Otis loses, but the silver lining is he gets to go be with Mandy.
Yeah. This might be a push. Bray Wyatt.
Nah.
They're screwing him on SmackDown. I don't think Raw would be better, but I think, he'd actually have a chance at something. With that being said, though, I know Drew McIntyre has said he would love a chance to fight Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he talked about unifying the belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should happen.
I'm going to just say
I
this.
don't know.
It's 2 months until Survivor Series, and McIntyre also said 2 months before SummerSlam he would love to face Orton. And look what happened at SummerSlam.
Now what they
The
gotta do
outer
is though,
offer is that they've had Braun on Underground for a while, messing around with this David's craphead.
Dabba-Kato.
Yes, stupid face. They're gonna end up moving Braun to Raw so he can continue that, and then he'll be the Raw Underground champion.
all right,
It's funny. I
y'all.
almost called Dabba-Kato Baraka. I did.
all right,
Told
guys,
stupid.
that is
Yeah.
the last bit of WWE I'm gonna talk about tonight. We've spent
One
too
more
much
thing.
time on it.
One more thing. Shane said last week or weekend before last. If you guys are wondering where WWE Underground was, it was in the back. I don't know if y'all picked up on that. Save it, guys. Save it for WWE
So-
Underground in the back.
Yeah,
In
he
great
said that
news-
at the KO show.
In great
That's where
news,
it is. Okay.
Shauna is set to return to AEW soon. She's been left out of the country due to COVID. She's been talking on her social media saying that she is prepping to return. So hopefully that means we're also going to see some returns of the Bastard Pack. We're going to see some people out of country be able to make it back in. Shauna, a very welcomed face to AEW's women roster. Someone who I personally think could be a star if given the time. If she was, I think, in the States
Oh, thank you.
during this period, she would be top-notch super best.
Welcome back, Shauna.
Who was that? Who were? So no, I thought you were talking about Shazza McKenzie. We got two different things there.
Shauna.
Okay.
Guys, have I ever told you how my favorite movie is Bloodsport?
Yes. Yeah. You had, I mean. No,
I love
but-
Bloodsport.
What's a movie?
Yeah, Ben
Yeah,
doesn't
Bloodsport.
watch movies. He's not going to understand anything we're about to say because
Right.
he is next. But what I love about Bloodsport, Jeff, if you're not in that outfit for Halloween on here, I'm going to be upset. GCW hosts a show, pay-per-view Bloodsport. It's going to be October 11th this year. And I'm going to be watching that. And essentially, Bloodsport is everything that Raw Underground should be. It is a set of shoot fights
Mhm.
in a worked fashion. And we actually just had a match added. Now, and once again, we hammered this style thing with Raw Underground because Raw Underground is not Bloodsport.
Right.
So
Well-
some of the typical rules with these
Well,
events.
hold on, Matt. It's Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Well, it's GCW. The first one was actually Matt Riddle's. I was gonna give a little bit of history here on this real quick. So, Game Changer Wrestling, I believe, which is the one owned by Joey Janela, correct?
Right.
Or at least he is like the booker.
Mhm.
Host this, and it's essentially it is shoot mixed martial arts style wrestling. Mimics early days of MMA, common for Bloodsport competitors who have knowledge of other combat sports. You see a lot of guys who have trained in MMA outside of WWE, outside of pro wrestling. Your first one was Matt Riddle. You had guys like Eddie Kingston and Tracy Williams. I'm going to try and avoid giving you guys spoilers because I want you guys to go to Fight and buy and watch these shows because that's what I'm going to go do in preparation for October 11th. You had Walter versus Tom Lawler.
Ooh, my lord.
Yeah, you had Nick Gage versus Timothy Thatcher. You had Minoru Suzuki versus Matt Riddle.
Mhm.
This already happened?
This one already
Yeah, that
happened.
was-
This was 2018.
Oh, wow. I don't know anything about this.
Oh,
within
Jeff.
Dude, 2019 had Josh Barnett against Minoru Suzuki.
Oh, well, let me get into it because I have two other
How come I didn't know? I got.
Bloodsport, man.
It was one.
It was
one of those shows that run WrestleMania weekend.
if
That's
you
what
don't
it
catch
was.
it, yeah. So,
Okay.
you had Davey Boy Smith versus Killer Cross. I said Killer Cross. Frank Mir versus Dan Severn.
Oh, well, that's a real shoot.
And of course, Josh Barnett and Minoru Suzuki. The last one that just happened on last September, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 2, Sumi Sakai and Lindsay Snow,
Sumi Sakai is so good. So underrated.
Allison Kay and Nicole Savoy.
Yeah.
I was going to say nothing for that one. Davey Boy Smith and Tom Lawler,
Yeah.
Killer Cross and Nick Gage, and Josh Barnett and Chris Dickinson.
These are all on Fight.
These are all on Fight. And guys, we're gonna. I don't know about you guys. October
Do that
11th,
this
we're
weekend.
watching this one. We're watching this one live. Matches already announced are John Moxley versus Chris Dickinson, Homicide versus Tom Lawler, Simon Grimm versus Matt Mikowski, Eric Hammer versus Cal Jackson, and let me go to here because there's someone else. They have others already being advertised for the show. Names being advertised: Deanna Perrazzo, Allison Kay, Josh Alexander, Calvin Tankman, Lindsay Snow, Alexander James, Davey Boy Smith, and Killer Kelly.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All of these shows have been really good prior, so I'm really excited to see this one.
Well, if I remember correctly, like Bloodsport was one of those ones that was like, wasn't it like it started at like midnight or something? Like on one of those nights of WrestleMania weekend.
I believe so.
Some of the people on the show wrestled like 2 shows that day.
Yeah,
And so
Ooh.
it was, yeah. So, and it had no rope, stuff like that. Yeah. It was
yeah. There's no
Yeah.
rope; it's just a canvas. It's pretty cool,
Yep.
honestly. It's
I'm gonna-
once again
yeah.
everything you want. You want Underground to be. I believe originally Moxley was gonna face Josh Barnett prior to COVID, if I remember correctly. There was a promo video of John Moxley showing up for Bloodsport.
Yep.
It may have just been him saying he's in the show, but honestly, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know if you've ever seen any of it, Ben. We'll watch some later.
Okay.
It's super cool.
Maybe not tonight because
No.
we got the Ravens game. So
Well,
I mean,
A lot
let
of
me,
things
let me
happen.
just tell you, having watched, I mean, I watched Bloodsport 2 and then a little bit of the first one. Yeah, that's stiff, buddy. It's stiff.
oh, I bet.
yeah,
No
like we
joke.
grimace at like Ishii versus Suzuki. This is exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's that.
Speaking of,
Oh, I'm.
I'm about to say, well, we're gonna close with some G1 update. Right now, we're gonna go over to Ring of Honor. Hopefully, everyone was watching along today.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But they have it up all weekend. You can find it. We have our second to last first round matches: Silas Young and Fred Yehai, Kenny King and Josh Woods. And let me tell you, I'm very surprised with the results today.
Me too, and I'm pissed.
Silas Young lost to Fred Yehai. It isn't Fred Yehai your boy? Jeff?
Mm,
Yes, he is. But if you guys know me long enough, you know that the
Oh, yeah,
last real
Silas.
man.
yeah.
Silas is the one, the last real man.
Dwight, I sent it to you. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you saw the tweet, but Silas said, hats off to Fred Yee. I guess I didn't do my homework.
yeah. Yeah.
Tell him what you got to do, Dwight. Tell him what you got to do.
Yee.
Silas Young watches the show. We should see if we can get Silas Young. Maybe we ask the
Yeah.
bouncers. And God, the big shock for me, Kenny King and Josh Woods going the full 15 minutes, going to a time limit. Judge's decision, it was a split decision. Josh Woods is going to go on to the next round. Kenny King lost.
A lot of wrestlers
Yeah.
from Ring of Honor, just to name a few off the top of my head, our good friends here at the show, the Bouncers, really think this is Josh Woods' breakout time.
He is fantastic.
Shout out to Ian Riccaboni. Just having a quick conversation as we were going through the bracketology the other day. Josh Woods does have an NCAA background, which I was unaware of.
Yeah.
However, he said that this is also his best opportunity to break through, kind of fully separating himself from the last real man, Silas Young. Sorry.
Hey,
But
Well, you
Yeah.
should have put that in there. He's the last real man's protege. Josh Woods is Silas Young's protege.
listen,
He's learning from the best.
Woods has got the goods. And now that my bracket is busted, he's got to be the new favorite to win.
That's weird. I don't remember his name being Jonathan Gresham, but okay.
Jonathan Gresham can put a suit on, but he's still gonna wear that stupid octopus mask. Okay.
You don't
Go
like that
ahead.
mask?
I love the mask.
Yeah.
Granted,
You
I
don't
also
wear
love
the mask
Octopi.
and the suit. You wear one or the other and stick to one gimmick.
You leave.
Okay.
As
You leave
the man of a thousand
Tuxedo.
gimmicks here, I feel offended.
You leave Tuxedo Cthulhu out of this.
Listen, as the man of a thousand gimmicks, I'm insulted by that comment.
Next week we have Tracy Williams versus Russ Taylor and PJ Black versus Tony Deppen. Guys, this really seems like this is a Tracy Williams win here.
Hot sauce.
But and take this as you will, don't be surprised if Russ Taylor wins. Some of the things that they're saying in his promo and things about him, he might end up being a guy there. I like Russ Taylor personally. I'm biased, but a lot of things I'm seeing is everyone's really impressed with him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Justin Gabriel's gonna lose next week as well.
Oh, come on,
Tony
Justin Gabriel.
Tony Deppen's the real deal. Also,
All right.
I think he's gonna get a rub as well here in
He should.
the first round of matches.
Cares about Justin Gabriel.
I thought, hey
Guys,
man,
I
come
can't
on.
even call him by his name.
Don't hate the Nexus.
You guys leave Camacho
but-
out of this.
Hey, I was going to go back, man. Before we skipped up, Josh Woods was a national champion at Central Florida. Two-time All-American, and he was a runner-up and a national champion. But he used to run a lot of wrestling, like help with MMA guys, a lot of UFC guys trained for wrestling. Tom Lawler, Seth Petrozelli, Mike Perry, Alex Nicholson, people like that. So I mean, his wrestling's no joke. And so as far as a pure champion. Yeah, man, I think he might be. I think that might be some foreshadowing.
All right. It is tournament season. We're going to go ahead and swing over to the G1. We have a quick little update. We're going to have some more matches tomorrow to talk about on Thursday. But we did have some matches this weekend in the A block. And I'm just going to not look at Jeff Hall while I say these because I don't know what he's going to do as I go down the results.
I will give you a play-by-play.
No, I don't need it. I don't want it.
Trust me, I already know him. I'm just gonna watch you squirt. Go ahead.
Taichi defeated Tokyo Pimp, Yujiro Takahashi.
Logan's favorite wrestler.
Well,
Yep.
Logan's
No.
favorite manager.
My man Tai Chi
Absolutely.
getting the dub.
Taichi, man. We're going to go down the brackets here, but he's having his breakout moments here, I think. Suzuki defeated Jeff Cobb. Kota Ibushi defeated Tomohiro Ishii. In a rematch from the Super Juniors last year, Shingo Takagi defeated Will Ospreay.
Good.
Yeah, agreed. And Bitchblade Jay White defeated Kazuchika Okada.
That is King Switchblade to you.
I cannot get
Also,
behind Jay
Mid card
White.
Jay White.
For those who have thoughts about who the truly Bullet Club is, all right, Gato still comes out, and it's still the Switchblade era. Okay, rocking all the gear still. Okay, so don't get it twisted. All right, the man is gonna win his block. All right, even though my pick was that this is gonna be Kota Ibushi's year. All right,
Again.
I did not think that coming out of the block, especially winning his first three matches, especially against Okada. I didn't think he was going to win that one. But they're putting a rocket ship to his back. They really are.
To who?
Jay White.
The guy who they're
Oh.
trying to have replace the
Oh.
other guy who was the best in the world.
I don't think that's the case because he already lost previously in the night. If you watch all of that dude's mannerisms and all of his
Oh yeah, no.
movement in the
Will
ring,
Ospreay is
that
trying,
is a
and it's bad. It's real bad.
He's closer than Jay White.
I meant that as in like the
shocking
second
thing
that
so
Kenny.
far-
Go ahead.
So the shocking thing so far, though, Ishii has 0 points. I know that it's still early, and then might not be a hot take, but Suzuki Ishii Night 1 is the best match of the G1 thus far.
I don't know if I think you're right there personally because I love that match. I think a big thing is Tai Chi is 3-0.
Yeah.
He is-
Jeff, your boy.
And
My
like,
guy,
and
Tai
like,
Chi.
look, Yujiro is like the only one where you go like, yeah, that makes sense. Like he beat Minoru Suzuki, he beat Jeff Cobb. Like, and maybe Jeff Cobb
Sonata.
isn't
Oh no, not Sonata. That's Gianna,
Tai Chi.
Sorry. Yeah, Tai Chi.
like. I don't.
Yeah, Tai Chi, my guy.
I think Tai Chi's getting the put. And look, I'm gonna say this too. I gave him a lot. I mean, a lot of garbage when he moved up to heavyweight because he was looking real sloppy. Man put
looks
in
good
work
now, though.
during quarantine. He put
Yeah.
work in.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
Switchblade looking good too, boy.
He's okay. So over on the B block.
We should know the next night of A block though, because we're gonna get Tai Chi versus Okada. So we should know where Tai Chi's standing is.
If Tai Chi beats Okada, I think I'm gonna join the boys and how they do for Otis. It may be shirts off.
It might be
If
shirts
Tai-
off
if-
for Tai
if
Chi.
Tai
Wait,
Chi
wait,
knocks off
Shut up.
Okada,
wait. I know we did
Boy.
shirts off for Otis. Tai Chi, I think we gotta be a little more specific. It might be pants off for Tai Chi.
You're right.
For those of you who don't watch, Tai Chi rips his pants off mid-match. Don't
Yeah,
look too
It
much
may be-
into
if
this.
Tai Chi goes over Okada.
I'm gonna
uh,
buy me some of those fancy like snap
Rip
up
away.
warm ups just so I can rip those off on camera when he.
Oh God, please don't.
Dwight,
B block.
Dwight, if-
Let's go ahead and call Garza. He's not gonna be using them for a while.
Oh,
Dwight,
too soon. B
Dwight,
block,
if,
you're.
hold on, Dwight. If Tai
It's
Chi
24
goes over, if Tai Chi goes over Okada, I'll be farting through silk.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you this. My picks were looking pretty good actually, because I still see Jay White winning this whole thing.
I
I
think
got
you're
Jay
right.
White coming out the block, A block.
This
Sticking to
is
my
a year
guns.
that just screams Jay White win. It's just really gonna be depending on who is he gonna face in the B block. That's the question, because I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see Kenta there, and if it is Kenta, we're not gonna get Jay White versus Kenta. Oh, I don't know.
We
I don't
could.
know. We could, yeah.
Evil.
Remember that was my dark horse for but we'll see.
B block standings. Your undefeateds with 4 points: Tetsuya Naito, Toriano, Juice Robinson. 2 points: Kenta, Hiroki Goto, and Evil. And yet to get a win, Yoshihashi.
You miss Zack Saber with 2 points.
No,
I didn't miss.
he probably didn't. Yeah, he probably didn't.
I didn't miss.
Matt, we got to do our journalistic integrity and make
You
sure
didn't
we
let
get
me finish.
everybody.
You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
Still with 0 points, Yoshihashi, Sonata, and Go Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And somewhere on the board, worst wrestler in the world, Zack Sabre
Hey,
Jr. with 2
have
points.
you guys seen the photo that Tanahashi put out during the COVID? He took a picture. He put on he had a big beer gut. And he probably put on like 30 pounds.
No, I didn't see it.
It's pretty good, man. And he shows him
That's so
because
good.
he trimmed down. He's got back down, but like his COVID weight, and he shows him it's like his total before picture with big beer gut. It was pretty funny.
Your
No, I
matches
didn't
to
see
look
that.
forward to tomorrow: Yoshihashi versus Sonata. So there you go, Jeff. Sonata's gonna get a win.
I guess
Kenta,
like I said, I got 2 out of the 3. I guess I can't have them all.
Kenta versus worst wrestler in the world, Zack Sabre Jr. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Juice Robinson. Toriano versus Evil, and in your main event, where this man should be, Hiroki Goto versus Tetsuya Naito. Guys, write it now. Goto's going to be the one to pin Naito and get a title shot before Wrestle Kingdom.
Matt Ryan with his boy.
Hey.
Ride or die, baby.
B block question. Did anybody else see Juice's post-match promo going into his next match? It is like some Lex Luger backstage level of just comedic stupidity.
Yeah,
swear
I'm not
to
shocked
you.
by that.
I low-key love Juice.
I don't know
No.
I don't know who he is coming out there making fun of Jay White, King Switchblade, looking like I don't
Call
know,
him what he is.
like Anna Jay should
Switchblade.
be pulling him out of a hat with this little top hat and dress shirt gimmick he's got going on. I don't
He's
know
the
who
Juice.
really think he
Warm out.
is.
Jeff, the juice
Like-
is loose, man.
He looks
Oos
like
got the
he's about to do-
juices loose.
He looks like an extra full Monty or something like that. I don't know who the hell he thinks he is.
That's good.
Listen,
That's
He
good.
sounded awful confident. It would not surprise me if you come out of this, Juice is undefeated and Ace hasn't won yet. It would not surprise me.
I would be I kind of think Juice is going to beat Go Ace. I don't know what is happening here, but I definitely think it is the youth movement we have been asking for. Go Ace going down the rankings. And maybe this is all storyline. He can't get it done and he'll beat somebody to prove he can. Most likely, honestly, it's probably going to be him and Taichi if Taichi doesn't win this whole thing somehow.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tanahashi and the Red Knight going down.
One may say they're going into a burning ring of fire, Jeff.
Going
Hey,
down.
So, hey guys, I just got a
Uh-oh.
breaking news story.
Here we go.
Yeah, this came through from Fightful. So let me give Jeremy Lambert at Fightful credit for this. But it says that James Storm was nearly WWE bound and actually had signed with WWE before the COVID thing hit. And the pandemic got in the way. A bunch of people got released, but they had signed him, and reportedly were sending he and Bobby Roode together to Raw. So that actually was confirmed by him. And he said that NWA had let him out of his contract, and he had agreed to drop the belts the weekend of WrestleMania because he and Eli Drake were the tag team champions then, NWA tag team champions. And so it was that's pretty big news. We could have had beer money.
Listen,
and the
all I'm
COVID
hearing is
ruined. Yeah.
COVID strikes again.
No,
all I'm
COVID
hearing
saved
is
his life.
I need to get my cooler
Oh,
scooter out
right.
of storage. I'm down.
I have something
Right,
much
well-
more depressing to share. On Raw, they're sharing Aaliyah Mysterio's DMs, and she slid into Murphy's DMs.
That's stupid.
I'm uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
Is
Murphy's like 32 and she's like 18.
So
Okay,
Aaliyah's
turn it
the
on.
daughter. Okay, that was my question.
I like my breaking news better.
Guys, didn't I say like 10 minutes ago I was done talking about WWE?
Another story of breaking news that Ryan shared during the show with us is that most of the talent for WWE apparently didn't know what they were doing tonight until they got to the arena.
Right.
So, like I said, I'm done talking about WWE. Guys, it's the end of our show. You guys need to do your homework. Sorry, Dwight, I'm stealing your catchphrase here. Go watch
That's right.
Bloodsport. Kumite.
Go watch.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe on all of our social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I already said Facebook. I feel like I'm missing one. Coffee or Ko-fi or Ko-fi.
www.ko-fi.com/PWO123.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Check out our YouTube. We have some pretty awesome shows like Referee's Discretion, Creative Control, and very soon, Do Your Damn Homework.
Damn homework.
So, guys, thank you all very, very much. We appreciate you all for joining us. We'll see you all on Thursday. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.